Once. We are just having a good time on this kind of a so-so weather day, but we are rocking here at Home Wizards because we're all about making you feel good, putting a smile on your face and enjoying those spaces you call home. I'm Cindy Dole, and we're here every Saturday from 2 to 4. You can call on in at 888-KFWB-980. And so I thought, here is the new year, and I'm still making my resolutions and my goals. I don't know if you are doing that. I got my new calendar and forgot my projects and all that stuff. And one of the things I always love to do besides figuring out what you're doing in the garden is to kind of take inventory of your home, take inventory of just everything, room by room, and see, what would you like to change? What would you like to make just a little better so that you feel refreshed and relaxed? And maybe you can do it on minimal budget, or maybe you feel like, it's finally time to plop down some extra money and do something really big. So I thought we'd talk it up with the 2010 Designer of the Year. She's a designer to stars and people all over the world, and she's just a nice person. She's on HGTV a bunch of times, and she's a friend that you hear here on Home Wizards, Sandy Espinet. So thanks for being here, Sandy.
Hi, Cindy. Thank you for having me on again. I love being on your show.
I love having you here. And did you have a good Christmas? And most importantly, where were you?
In Cabo. As a matter of fact, I'm still in Cabo.
You're
and
still
I heard
in
you talk about the weather in L.A., and let me tell you, it's fabulous here. It's gorgeous. It's in the 80s. We have sun. I'm making you jealous.
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's all right. Because you're going to bring us a taste of Cabo as one of our design ideas. I have a feeling. But
I'm sure. And I'm coming back to L.A. tomorrow,
okay.
And I'm going to start working on all kinds of new things for 2011.
So you too do this, right? I mean, do you kind of create some design changes in your home and in your life?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's kind of like, you look through your closet once a year and you weed out things that you've never worn. I think you need to do the same thing with your home. You need to take a look, just like you said, take an inventory of what you have. And if there are things that just simply are ugly and you keep putting them in the back in the corner, get rid of them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I did that recently. I had a stylist come over and look at my closet. It was one of the best investments I did because she works a lot with stars and shows and this kind of thing. And so I tried on everything in my closet for her. I mean, it went on for hours. It was kind of exhausting, but you're going through all these different jeans and all these different jackets and all these different things. And, and she takes a picture of it and she goes, no, not so much. That goes. Okay, next. And it was so great because now I feel like I have my core stuff. And that's the same thing I think we need to do with our home design.
We do that a lot with clients when we do renovations. In a renovation, a client may already have part of the furniture or they may have all of the furniture, and we look at it very carefully and go, this is dated. This doesn't match your design concept, or this, doesn't fit the whole overall look. And so, yes, you have to weed things out.
Mm-hmm. And you probably, even before you're getting to the point of weeding, need to see maybe, how do you feel in a certain room, right? I mean...
And how does the room function?
Yeah.
Those are very important things when looking at interior design, how the room functions.
Because I'm betting that, there's a number of folks that aren't interior designers like you, and they can't really put their finger on it. They just know that when they walk into that kitchen or that living room, it kind of makes them feel, it's like it maybe even saps their energy. Like I was at a printing shop earlier today, and there was something about the lighting. It made me like I had to get out of there.
Fluorescence. They probably had old fluorescence.
It gave me a headache. I mean, I felt depressed. I'm like, get me. I got to see some sunlight.
Your skin look yellow. That's a bad sign.
You know what I mean?
That is one of the trends for 2011, and it's lighting. All of the new lights are all eco lights. They're LED lights, and that is where in lighting we're definitely making that transition. Those old fluorescents in a few years probably won't be around.
Good. Because
good.
Because we don't look pretty in those.
No, not at all. Unless you're in a big Costco warehouse or something like that, they're just not needed.
Or if you're in Cabo, you can just tune it out because you're looking at the view anyway.
Oh, we have sunshine. That's about the most eco light you can get.
Yeah. Well, so in terms of just kind of giving people some inspiration to nail their personal design wish list and should-be palette. How do we kind of format that in our mind and on a piece of paper? Just on our own, we're just kind of thinking, okay.
It's a really, really personal question. It's kind of a loaded question because if I interview you to design your home and I interview 10 other people, everybody lives differently, likes different colors. However, trends are selected from the masses. So when they select, for example, the new 2011 color of the year, which happens to be honeysuckle.
Oh, that's for 2000. Oh, that's 2011 honeysuckle.
11. It's chosen on how the mass America feels. And honeysuckles are very happy, bright, uplifting, and they see us coming out of the recession, so they see a brighter color coming into vogue. But that's not necessarily the color that everyone should have. If you don't like honeysuckle, which is kind of a bright, it's a very happy pink, you don't need to do it. I mean, it's just like clothing. Just because black and goth is fantastic and in vogue this year, doesn't mean it looks good on you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all about really making sure that you have that proper pair of skinny jeans.
Exactly.
It might need to be a little loose.
Some people shouldn't even wear skinny jeans. I mean, haven't you walked around a mall and go, "Oh, girlfriend, get those things off"? Well, she's a fashion victim.
Or even some of the guys. I mean, I've seen some guys wearing some skinny jeans, and I'm thinking, okay.
Oh, I know. And it's like, get out of those. They don't work on you.
Longer shirt, please,
Yes, exactly. It's the same with home decor. Just because modern is in doesn't mean you have to go and put everything modern in your house. Or right now another trend is ethnic decor, because most people travel a lot. And just because that's in vogue, if you haven't traveled, don't fill your house with a bunch of stuff that means nothing to you. It's going to make you look silly.
Because you're big on travel and using ethnic things in the purest form. So there's the difference, right? Don't just go to one of these like Pier 1 Imports or wherever they are and just buy a bunch of elephants and leopard candle holders. They go, what the heck are you doing, Cindy? Come on.
I know. Well, I do travel a lot, and as a matter of fact, this summer I spent 5 weeks in Africa, and that was amazing. That was a really, really good trip for me.
Mm-hmm. And when you travel, I'm sure that you get inspired to maybe tune into some of that in your home, or at least to help other people. Yeah.
For me, this was a very big nature trip. I went gorilla trekking in Uganda, and to be out and to see the vernacular architecture, how people create things out of nothing, because these are very poor communities, it's very inspiring, and to see the beautiful gorillas in the wild. Or we went in safari in Tanzania. So it's very inspiring to see the grandeur of nature. And yes, that's where I am right now. I'm using all of those things as inspiration.
Mm-hmm. Well, for those folks that may still be kind of getting themselves out of the bad economy and maybe starting to feel a little bit better, but, they don't have a lot of money and they don't necessarily have the funds to do some exotic travels, but they wish they could, and they want to feel like there's a sense of adventure and escape, but yet to not look like, that phony thing that you were talking about, buying a bunch of, tchotchkes that don't necessarily represent you. How do we kind of get that look and feel and that pick-me-up?
There's two things you can do if you're on a minimal budget and you don't want to go wild or you cannot go wild. The first thing is clutter. Clean out your house, edit your house, get rid of stuff, and that alone is going to give you a new look. But to just simply spruce things up, and if you really want to be trendy, go out and get 4 throw pillows in honeysuckle color. And that alone, something as simple as throw pillows, will brighten up your living room or your family room.
And they're so, they're so inexpensive. I mean, you can get,
of course, throw pillows anybody can afford, or make. I mean, I know a lot of fashion students, and they make their own pillows. They're very easy to make.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can just cover over an existing pillow that you might have, or get a slip cover, whatever.
Exactly.
That's a fun idea. And then besides the honeysuckle splash of color, what else could we do to kind of, I don't know, give us
Last year, the color was yellow. It was a bright yellow.
Yeah.
And the year before that, it was gray. So take a look at that color combination. The gray furniture with the splashes of yellow and honeysuckle. It's really kind of cool. It's really fun. So, and who knows what the color is going to be next year, but still incorporate things from last year. Just because it's a year or two old doesn't mean you have to get rid of it.
Yeah, I think being timeless really makes more sense.
Very important. You do that in wardrobe, too.
Yeah. And so you've been helping a lot of celebrities over the years, and I know we saw a couple of great shows on HGTV tied to the holidays. And tell us about what that was all like and what you ended up doing for some of these folks.
Well, this year was a lot of fun. I did Brooke Burke's home in Malibu and for the holiday special. And we did an all-white winter wonderland theme, and that was really, really fun. They are Jewish, so we weren't going to do the all red and white, more Christian version, which sometimes is considered more traditional. We had a lot of fun, and we incorporated a white Santa Claus, a white snowman, and lots of really beautiful decorations made out of food. So that's something that people can do at home, decorate a beautiful table with food, because you're actually going to eat it after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I've seen a lot of people use that really for all seasons. I mean, you see people, you go to the grocery store, that's such a great starting point. Just vegetables, for your dining room table or other little areas, in your home, just to kind of give it that little look of the season, right?
Well, since we were doing all white winter wonderland, our foods were popcorn, marshmallows. We had snow painted sugar cookies, and so everything was white, and it was inexpensive, yet it looked gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
We had white chocolate dipped strawberries. Very basic things that anybody could do, but it looked so elegant.
A lot of times people look at the different shows and they see the celebrity homes and it just feels like, wow, everything is so perfect. But I'm guessing you must see a glimpse where they might have their own personal design challenges.
Well, people have the misconception that if you're a celebrity, you're special and you're different. And the truth is, every one of us is the same in the sense we have dogs, we have kids, we have a mess in our house. No one's home is perfect. Unless you're doing a photo shoot or you're filming in a home. The reality is everybody's home, that's where you live. It's where life happens. So to think that a home is going to be perfect all the time is, not really the truth. So like everyone else, Brooke has 4 children. So there were, toys and dogs and all of that. But it was a beautiful home. Her and David Charvet, who her partner, spent 2 years building this house, and it has a lot of gorgeous architectural details, and it was really, really a great place to work.
How fun! How fun! Well, what's up on the next on the hopper for the next few weeks? I mean, you come back to L.A. and
I come back. I have several new jobs that I'm very excited about that I'm going to be starting, and I'm planning a couple new TV shows for HGTV. I think I'm going to Texas to shoot the next one. And it's called You've Been HGTV'd. So I'm going to redo an entire home for someone.
Oh.
And I don't know whose home it is yet, so you'll have to keep tuning in, and we'll find out. As soon as I know, I'll let you know, Cindy.
Oh, fun. That's very cute. And
I got word that I'm going to be doing the Christmas special again
for
2011. I'm going to be doing Eva LaRue's home from CSI Miami. So that'll be fun in December. I'll do another Christmas show.
And when you work with these folks, I mean, are you spending much time with them personally?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, I spend a lot of time with David and Brooke, and they're lovely people. And, she's just so approachable and fun. What you see on TV, her sweet personality, that is her.
Nice.
I mean, she is just lovely.
Well, whether it's someone famous that we see and read about or are all of us regular folk, I mean, it's like you say, it's the same process. So walk us through how you, as you meet a client for the first time, how you kind of break it to them gently that maybe, just maybe, that particular living room is kind of the pits or whatever.
Well, I think that people are paying me for the truth, so I have to be very black and white and very honest. Nobody wants wishy-washy. They're going to get that from their friends. I'm not their best friend. I'm the professional that they've hired to come in to make the stage of their life the best it possibly can be. So I don't really, mess around with that. I tell it just like it should be. But when I'm meeting people for the first time, there's a lot of psychology. I'm looking at how they're dressed. I'm looking at how they interact with each other, because all of those things are going to determine what they really need in their home. And everybody's needs are different.
Okay. Well, when we come back, I want to pick your brain and see if you have a glimpse into the crystal ball in terms of some of the new projects that make sense for 2011 and some smart investments when we're out just kind of shopping around at these little decorative stores. Like, if we could buy just one or two things, what are the must-buys that are really going to be like that classic black dress or that great suit, you know what I'm talking about. Listen to Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole. We're chatting it up with Sandy Espinet, and we're back with more fun right after this. Welcome back. Cindy Dole here. We're all about SOS and helping you just enjoy the spaces you call home. Home Wizards. We're here from 2 to 4 every Saturday. And by the way, as you're listening and you're hearing something you wanted to hear again or you just missed part of it, not to fret. You can just go back to the website, cindydole.com, and it's all there in the on-air section. Today's show will be up there, by tomorrow, I'm thinking. And you can go there later today, and you can listen to past shows like our coverage of the Rose Parade and the making of the floats. We had so much fun. And so I hope you go there and check it out. CindyDole.com, and be sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter and all that good stuff. So we're talking with Sandy Espinet, who has a great new show coming out on HGTV. You've been HGTV'd. Is that what it's called, Sandy?
That's what it's called.
And that's going to be...
yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to do. I think I'm doing the one in Texas.
And so I'm wondering, is this a family that has been hard up for some cash to get their remodeling done, or how do they...
I have no idea because I haven't been given my family yet. So you'll be the
We'll
first
find out.
to know as
All
soon
right.
as they give me. I think in about 3 or 4 weeks I'll find out
Can't
who my
wait.
family is.
All right.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about some of the things that we should be eyeballing or putting on our list in terms of remodeling, make sense kind of efforts around the house. The year's looking a little more encouraging, but I know that a lot of folks are still kind of cautious. So as you are talking with other designers and architects and you're right there in the know, what should we be looking at, you think? Is it a kitchen, a bathroom?
Yes, if you're selling your home, definitely kitchens and bathrooms are very, very important. People don't like to walk into old bathrooms that have tile, that has dirty grout, things like that, definitely, if you're selling your home. But if you're not selling your home and you're just looking for plain comfort, I have 2 things that I love, and that's fabulous sheets and fabulous sofas, because those are 2 things that give you so much comfort and pleasure. You come home after a long day of work and you plop down on a great sofa. There's nothing better.
You know what it is for me? It's towels. Thick towels.
Oh, my gosh, I love towels, too, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I want to feel like there's a certain amount of fiber content there, you know what I mean?
I know, and it's so luxurious. On a cold day, you get out of a warm shower and you have a great towel. That's just a little everyday luxury that you can give yourself that doesn't really break the bank either.
Okay, so kitchens are on the list. And what about bathrooms? I mean, and besides...
For sure,
yeah?
Bathrooms, definitely. A lot of new bathrooms now, instead of using older tile, they're doing slab countertops, nice stone. That seems to be a trend, definitely, in higher-end bathrooms.
Mm-hmm. Are you seeing a push toward efficient bathrooms, going with different kinds of shower heads and water-saving methods? Because we know, the toilet's the biggest water waster in the home. Are people paying attention to that and making that a list?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
I don't know if you've seen, most of the new toilets have 2 buttons. So instead of pushing one to flush, you have 2 buttons.
Yeah.
You have a number 1 and a number 2.
Uh-huh.
And so that affects the different amount of water being used. So I think throughout the house, all new homes are more eco, as well as, I guess they're calling them smart homes, too, where you can log onto your computer, turn on lights, turn off AC, turn on a camera, a surveillance camera. So there are a lot of things that you can do nowadays via computer.
Yeah, in terms of home security, all of that,
And again, these systems are not as expensive as you'd think, but you definitely need to have somebody install them for you. It requires electrician and installation.
And what about home entertainment? I mean, with,
Oh, don't talk to me about home entertainment.
Well,
let me tell you, my husband has taken care of that department.
Oh, really?
In our house.
Has he? I mean, because it just seems,
Every time there's a new plasma, he gets one.
Really?
I think most men fall into this category, don't they?
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, I'm thinking it's to the point where we need the computer in the living room. Many of us have our laptops.
You know what the problem is in my house, Cindy? Every time I want to do something with the TV, I got to call the electrician, the guy, because to turn the channel, you have to. Yeah, I mean, it's like you need a university of remote.
Well, but
we have a sea of functions that I don't know how to use.
But it is fun. It is interesting how family time can work by using all this multimedia, if you plan it right. It can be a nice show and tell and sharing experience. At least that's how
we recently got an Apple TV.
Yeah.
And so within the Apple TV, now we can download photos onto our computer.
Nice.
And now it pops up on the TV screen. So we can look at our trip and show the children our photos on the TV. So you have these beautiful, big photos.
Nice little living movie for you.
Exactly. We can bore all of our friends with our home videos.
Gorgeous. Well, when we come back, I want to ask you a few quick questions about where you like to shop and some must-buy things as we're heading out and about this weekend. You know, we're running errands, and we might see, okay, you mentioned bedding is good, and we mentioned good, thick towels, but maybe there's a few other fun things that whether it's furniture or little decorative things that would make sense and would help give us that little that lift. All right? Talking with Sandy Espinet, and we have some final moments here at Home Wizards. I'm Cindy Dole, and we're back right after this.
Everybody's looking at me now.
I'm waiting on this.
Like, who's that chick that's rockin' kicks? She gotta be from out of town.
It's maybe Sandra Espinet.
So hard with my girls on her own.
Cindy Lou Who here, Cindy Dole, you can call me. Home Wizards, we're all about making you smile and having fun on the radio. This is Home Wizards, and boy, we're having some fun with Sandy. Sandy, before we say goodbye to you, I know that when you go out shopping, you are probably the perfect person to shop with.
I'm a lot of fun to shop with.
I know.
Absolutely.
We
need to do this one day, Cindy.
Please promise. I want to spend like a shopping day with Sandy.
You would
okay.
have a blast.
Deal. Okay. We'll have a video. Capture it all.
Okay.
Wouldn't it be fun?
Deal.
All right. So tell me, there's maybe 2 or 3 things that I'm guessing that you wish that we could keep our eyes on and get for our home.
You know, I would recommend anything that makes you feel good at home. So if you come home after a long day of work and you are exhausted, try and make your house feel more like a spa. So if you can't afford too much, maybe you could get, products, things that smell good, candles. So it really depends on your lifestyle. But in my case, I have everything very calm because I select colors and I'm working with bright things all day long. So my house, I when I go shopping, I look for neutrals, calm, sage colors. And how about you? What do you have in your house?
Well, you mentioned fragrance, and I have those little reeds that sit in the aromatherapy.
Yes.
And I have it right now. It's a cilantro lime scent.
Ooh, that sounds really
and
good.
It smells so good. Now, my advice is, though, that there's so many companies that make these in these reed diffusers, as they're called. It can be so disappointing because it sounds like, a taste of the tropics or whatever. And if you can't sample it, you come home and it smells like that perfume that you didn't want to smell in the elevator.
Sometimes in the stores they have them open, so that's so that you can
definitely
smell it. Yeah.
But that's one of my things to do. And then I mentioned the towels, but gosh, I also like to buy something as simple as just a great new doormat. Just to kind of...
Absolutely. Anything that's going to clean up your house or make it feel fresher and simple, I think is a good purchase.
All about the candles, and I love the battery-operated ones as well as those that are the real, wax sort of candles.
Have you been to the new Restoration Hardware website?
No.
Okay, Restoration Hardware has completely changed their look. They have revamped the company. So you just mentioned electronic candles. They have a whole section of it.
Okay.
But that is one of my new favorite places to shop because their look is so cool. They've completely changed all the wood colors to that driftwood kind of old washed white. I highly recommend it. You should log on and check it out.
Well, isn't that I heard from someone, maybe it was you, that almost like the beach cottage look is going to be one of the watch for themes for 2001.
That is correct. And they have jumped on and they're way ahead of the game. And the look, they've kind of mixed that beach look with, I would say, like a little bit of European, Italian. They have a few French chandeliers. They've done an amazing job of revamping the look of the company.
Okay, so now if we go out and get the beach cottage driftwood piece, but the rest of our home is some other kind of a look, I mean, how can we infuse that without looking just, kind of ridiculous?
Well, the thing is, if your home looks like, early American, and then you go out and you bring in another wood, maybe that's not the right look.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to do it all at once, maybe you need to take a closer look at what you're buying.
Yeah, all right.
And that's how mistakes are made. It's kind of like if you're wearing skinny jeans, you don't wear a, beaded shirt with it, a fancy, it's just that the looks don't go together.
Yeah.
And I think you need to do the same thing with your home. You need to really be realistic about what you have and what you need.
Okay. Well, maybe our house needs to go on a diet, is what you're saying.
It could definitely be put the house on a diet.
Well, Sandra Espinet, it's been lovely having you. Your website is Sandra Espinet, ESPINET.com, and she has all kinds of fun things and some great photos and inspiration, and we'll look for you and your projects in the months to come and have you back again real soon, okay, Sandy?
Thank you very much, and we're definitely going to take you shopping.
Okay. I can't wait.
Okay. All right. Cindy, have a great afternoon.
You too. And coming up in the weeks ahead, I hope that you'll email email me at cindy@cindydole.com. I want to hear about the kind of topics you'd like to hear about, like in the coming weeks. Next Saturday is going to be so fun. I'm going to be going to Orlando, Florida. It's the International Builders Show, and this is where all of the big brands and the small ones too are all going to meet together and show off how to be greater and greener and smarter and just more gorgeous in your home. And I'm going to bring it all to you and tell you about the exciting advances for you and your home. So be sure to catch Home Wizards next Saturday from 2 to 4. And then in the weeks and months after that, it's still the new year. It still means getting a little more organized with your life. And so we're going to talk with some of my favorite organization gurus and experts on how to really, room by room, get in there. Come on, we're going to tear out the old stuff. We're going to bring in just the new that's really that you love, whether it's your closet or your garage or your pantry. You never can be too organized, and it just makes you feel so good when you know where everything is, right? I hope you go to the website, cindydole.com. You can listen to past shows. Email me if you could.